into the St. John end with 45 seconds gone in the opening period. No score. Neither team has yet to register a shot on net. Here's Thomas Chabot for St. John. Moving it for Bailey Webster. Up on the left side, it's chipped in deep by Mark Tremaine. Hard on it is Nathan Knoll. In behind the net, Justin Dundas sends it to the right point for Webster. Over for Chabot. Winds, fires, tip, goes wide, bounces in front, off the goaltender and back in behind the goal. Crazy caroms off these lively end boards at the west end of Harbour Station. Now the Huskies bring it to the St. John line and move it in, but Webster breaks that one up. Noel blows a tire, back on his feet, moves it left side for Tremaine, but his drop pass forces the Sea Dogs offside. Draft pick, tucked down low in behind the Rouyn-Noranda goal. Daniel Del Pagio trying to get loose, frees it up for Doug McFalls. He'll backhand it into the corner for Del Pagio. There to help out is Matthew Joseph. Webster pinches in, gets it to Joseph. Joseph with a shot. That one's wide on the blocker side, loose behind the goal, and it's gobbled up, and the Huskies will bring it out to center. They turn it over there. Webster returns the favor as he gave it away to Lausanne. Now St. John gets it once again. Joseph will backhand it in, but that hit Justin Gannett, who was standing on the Rabathers Titan, the worst team in the league. Sea Dogs last weekend played a pair of home games, winning in a shootout against the Armada and then losing to the Titans. Highmore angles the puck off the boards to the point. Chabot tried to move it back for Highmore, bounces into the corner for Smallman. Now Highmore, his shot is partially blocked. Picked up by Marsh. Tried to get it back to Highmore. Marsh is taken down. Highmore gets it to the side of the net. Highmore moves in, got the shot away, and Harvey made the save. Rouyn-Noranda brings the puck out. Chabot electing not to pinch in at the blue line. Now Auger ventures out. He gets bumped gingerly by O'Brien, who leads the Huskies with 76 penalty minutes. Tessier over the line for Shishka. His shot doesn't get through. Now they've got a chance, and it's snapped wide by Dempsey. Picked up in the corner by Tessier. Tessier battling there. Dempsey is helping out. Dempsey bumped by Myers. Myers gets the puck, plays it off the boards. Webster will hold in. Slides it neatly for Dempsey. Dempsey gave it to Shishka, and that puck ends up out of play as boards, but the referees allow play to continue, and the Huskies come up with it. Great chance for Justice Dundas as the defender fell. He went hard to the net, but didn't get the shot on the net as he took a spill to the ice. Now there's another strong, fourth highest in the league. The team as a whole only has 396, so his 76 penalty minutes, quick math, is over 19% of the team total. Smallman down the left side, moves in behind the goal, lots of open ice. 4-on-4, just as they would play an overtime period. LeBlanc's shot, steered aside by Harvey. He got bumped as the puck went off of the post. That never would have counted as Highmore was in the goaltender's kitchen. Play continues. St. John maintains possession. Smallman spins on the far side, gives it to Highmore. Highmore, bodied. Chabot can't keep it in, and it's gobbled up and brought ahead by Perron, Ottawa Senator draft pick. He controls just inside the blue line, gives it to Gannett, who has the game's only goal. He'll send it across for Perron. Back to Gannett, off of his stick, off of his right skate and into the corner. Picked up there by Julian Mantel. Back to the point. Gannett with a shot. That one's wide. Loose behind the net, scooped up by LeBlanc. He'll give it to Smallman, and he eventually gets it back to LeBlanc. 55 seconds to go in the coincidental penalties. Here's the St. John captain. Property of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Moves it for Mitchell Dempsey. Cleared out into neutral ice. 8.5 minutes remaining here, opening period. Sea Dogs trailing 1-0 as Spencer Smallman moves over the line, loses the handle, and the Huskies start back led by Caron. He fires it all the way down. No icing as Bailey Webster was deemed able to play that puck. Webster forced off it in the corner. Webster from his knees tried to glove it down low. It's picked up by Ryan Penny. Penny sends a hot pass to the right point. Here's Lausanne, shoots it into the corner. Picked up there by LeMay. He turns it over to Chabot, and he bunts it ahead to Marsh. Quickly for Smallman, who'll backhand it in. And then LeMay and Smallman get the sticks up as the Sea Dogs make a wholesale change. Sea Dogs try to turn them away at the blue line. Chabot has to retreat, now cuts in front of his net, drops the puck off somewhat dangerously to Green, who moves it for Dempsey ahead for Shishka. Shishka takes a whack or two, loses the puck, and it comes to Auger. And Auger twists and turns, nearly gave it away, and now does. Huskies
Sea Dogs maybe holding the sticks a little bit tight. They look like they might be starting to loosen up here as this first period draws to a close.
And as the game progresses, you would think that the Sea Dogs will be the fresher of the two clubs, as the Huskies played last night and won in Bathurst. Samuel Harvey did not play last night's game, so the goaltender is certainly fresh, and he has played well, making 9 saves thus far. Here come the Huskies charging into the zone, but the pass intended for Auger was errant, and it bounces into neutral ice. Gannett gave it away to Dempsey. He brings it over the line. Dempsey drops it off. There's a shot that's deflected out of play off the stick. Did some support. You talk about puck support. It was Doug McFalls joining the rush and getting another opportunity for his second goal of the game. 40 seconds to go in the period. Here's a loose puck in front. Shot right on by Perron, and Auger makes the save. Puck picked up by Noel. He's got Tremaine. 2-on-1. Noel down the wing looking for Tremaine, but the puck never got through. Tremaine down low. Battling. Noel is there too. Tremaine pushes his man. Penny from behind. Now Tremaine tries to hook the Husky. There'll be a delayed penalty against St. John. 3-on-2, the Huskies. Goalie to the bench. Cross crease pass intended for Penny. That's broken up and is...
Green coming in, and we talked about his indecision in the first period. That was an excellent shot selection early in this power play. Execution is the only thing lacking on this Sea Dogs power play.
Smallman hustles in, circles the net. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Smallman backhands it down for Marsh. Marsh cross ice. Zabora with a shot, and Harvey got a piece of that one. Penalty is over. Teams at full strength. St. John still with possession deep in the attacking zone. Here's Highmore. Highmore looking for Zaboro. Comes near side for Marsh. Over Zaboro. Shot. Man's on it. Smallman then gets it and scores. And the Sea Dogs have their first lead of the night. 6th goal of the season for Spencer Smallman. Zaboro and Marsh with the assists at 4:13. And don't forget, the St. John team is the only team in the league that has not lost a home game in regulation time. They've got a 2-1 lead here, early stages of the second period. Tessier can't get to the puck in the neutral zone. Huskies backpedal. And it's Perron moving in behind the net. Perron bringing it ahead. Took a weird bounce, delayed offside against St. John, and play is blown down. Noel pestered as he plays it in deep. Sea Dogs looking to make changes on the fly. Myers backhands it ahead. Chabot pinches in, gets it for Marsh in the corner. Marsh emerges. Marsh shot. Scores! Adam Marsh leads the team in scoring. That's his 14th goal, and the Sea Dogs have a 3-1 lead. On comes up with it for the Huskies. Goes on. Forces it ahead for Nantel. He gains the line, drops it for Wake. It goes to Boucher, back to Wake in the corner. And Nantel is there. He controls. Goes to the left point, now for Lausanne. Lausanne shot. Ends up in the corner. Smallman looks to clear, and does, and that'll just about do it on the Husky power play. As Highmore is poised and ready to leave the home box, which he does now. So Rouyn-Noranda 0 for 3 with the man advantage. We knew that special teams were going to be a factor tonight. Highmore just inside the line. They have taken a high stick, no call as play continues. And it's Chabot back behind the St. John net, dropping it off for Green. Here comes Green. Moving it for Shishka. Broken up. It comes right back to Green. Green carries over the line just onside is Dempsey. Green backhands it in front neatly for Tessier, who picks it up in the corner. Tessier spins. Looks for some support. Plays it behind the net. Dempsey is there. Good puck control down low by St. John. There'll be a penalty against the Sea Dogs, probably against Shishka.
He's doing an overall great job, not only with the body, but with the stick, to keep the Huskies at bay virtually every time they enter the offensive zone tonight.
Sea Dogs are offside as Noel got in ahead of Del Paggio. Certainly be pleased with what he's seen from his club here in this second period. At one point the shots were 7-1 in favor of St. John in the second period. Now 8-6, but St. John certainly controlling the play territorially. The Huskies getting some shots on all those power play opportunities. Here's Chabot in a foot race with Wake. Chabot wins that race, but now Wake comes up with the puck in the corner, sends it to the blue line, and it's shot in behind the net by Myers. Wake gets it back. Battling now with Chabot. Wake gets loose. Wake tried to drop it off for O'Brien. He ties in Chabot. Ryan bodied by Dundas. And the puck comes free for Tremaine. Nifty no-look drop pass creates a 3-on-2 led by Noel. In the neutral zone, Smallman gains the line, gives it to Highmore. He'll chop it down low. Smallman is in pursuit. Goes on, gets there first. Sea Dogs converge on him, and they get the puck back to Zaboro. Zaboro with a shot. That one's over top of the net. Picked up by Highmore. He'll backhand it for Smallman, now controlling on the left wing half boards. Back to the line. Chabot holds in. Now for Smallman. Winds, fires, stop, rebound is loose, but the Huskies come up with it, and Marsh knocked a glove right off of Bois' hand, and he looked back thinking there was going to be a penalty, but there wasn't. Guilty conscience there from Adam Marsh. Now there'll be a St. John penalty.
And that Luke Green has 1 goal on the season. It's hard to believe that he doesn't have more. His decision-making with the puck on the St. John power plays has been phenomenal. He's taking charge of it.
Here's Tremaine. Gets it down low for Noel. Penalty's over. Tremaine in front for Dundas, but that pass was intercepted and played away by the Huskies' defense. Now Myers out of the box will shoot it in deep. He'll head to the bench as Wakes takes his spot on the ice. Jeremy Auger in the corner. Loses the handle. Chabot comes up with it. Auger keeps it alive and shoots it down low. Nantel is there. Now Chabot at the side of the net nearly misplayed it. Dundas tries to poke it ahead. Puck goes up into the air and Dundas is able to backhand it out. Tremaine drops it off for Noel. Noel spins. Gets knocked down by Wake. Tremaine to the point. Webster trying to go back to Tremaine. Webster, be advised to shoot the puck, still looking for his first goal of the season as well. This doesn't have enough juice for an icing as Penny is in there, moving in behind the net. Penny still has it, drops it off, stepping up is Caron with a shot, and that one ends up out of play with
the Rouyn-Noranda Huskies the same look twice, and they're hitting their men in key scoring areas.
Here's Chabot for Zaboro. Wrist shot, scores! Jakub Zaboro, power play goal. It's 4-1 St. John. Other topics, hopefully of interest. Dundas moves in with a shot, doesn't get through. It's picked up by Fortin. He starts back 1 against 4, and he loses that battle as he was outnumbered. Now Fortin gets the puck back. Would have been offside, so he pushes it over the line, spins, stays in there deep as his mates make changes. This is a pretty tiring shift for Alexander Fortin, number 24 for the Huskies. Now he'll probably take a look toward the bench and look to get off as Shishka sends it deep into the Rouyn-Noranda zone. 2 minutes gone in the third, 4-1 St. John. The Sea Dogs looking to extend this remarkable streak that has not seen them lose in regulation time on home ice. They've picked up 24 for and St. John here from Harbour Station. Sandwiched in between these two Rogers broadcasts is a road game tomorrow night in Halifax for St. John. The game starts at 7 o'clock. There's a puck rolling towards the net, and Samuel Harvey.
Little things that Ross Yates, I'm sure, likes to see from his vantage point. Don't want to get into any bad habits at this point.
Webster's shot was blocked by Nauvoo. The puck actually ended up in his paraphernalia there momentarily. And then it dropped to the ice and play continues. And Nauvoo has the puck. Brings it up the left wing, gains center, and flips it in behind the net. First one on it is Perron. He's been fairly quiet tonight other than the power play opportunities for Rouyn-Noranda. He still has the puck just inside the blue line, and it was nearly stripped by Tremaine, but Perron is able to get it free, and there's a shot taken by Fortin. Sebastien Auger easily makes the save. Now Fortin moving in behind the net. Chabot, who has 2 assists, takes it away from him. Fortin spills to the ice. Webster skates after the loose puck. He plays it off the glass, over the glass.
With the puck on his stick and the way he distributes, it seems like he has all the potential of a point-a-game player, and he has shown it here tonight with the 1 goal and numerous outstanding chances in close.
Here's Marsh cycling it for Smallman, now for Highmore. Highmore tried to get it back to Smallman. Shot away from him. Chases after it, and the Huskies get it out. Boucher brings it into the zone. chips it down low. Chabot skates after it, steps away from him and plays it for Marsh, who's content to chop it out into the neutral zone. Highmore pestering Myers. Puck goes high into the air, and now Smallman carries it back in, playing it for Marsh. Marsh looking in front for Smallman. That's broken up momentarily by Myers.
Difficult, and that's one thing you can say about Auger. He hasn't had a very tough night so far. He has seen virtually everything.
The Boral's clearing attempt hit Dove McFalls, and that allows the Huskies to try and generate something, but then they turn it right over. Dove McFalls loses it. And it's Quinn dropping it off for Gannett. He'll bring it over the line. Gannett on the left side gets away from Tremaine, takes a stick to the face. He's down to the ice and looking in the direction of any referee. Dove McFalls back the other way. Weak shot stopped by Harvey.
Boral does for a good 100 feet there. Sees the opportunity, simply pushes the puck ahead of him, makes a couple moves, and forces Harvey to make it yet another big save.
Good chance you might see him suiting up for the Czech Republic at the World Junior Championship in Canada, coming up just after Christmas. Under 4.5 minutes remaining. Sea Dogs have killed off this 6th shorthanded situation tonight. Rouyn-Noranda over with the man advantage. 5-1 the Sea Dogs lead. Mitchell Dempsey shoots it in. That one's gloved down, but then not played out by Myers. Stepping up is Chabot. Chabot moves in behind the net, centers it. Chance for Tessier, and that one hit the post behind Harvey. Now Noel keeps it alive on the left side. Tessier's in front. Noel looking for Tessier. Green has pinched in. He has the puck. He'll give it to Tessier. And then it's batted away. Green holds in one to Perron. Now Nantel joins the rush. Long shot stopped by Auger. Rebound was there. And it's picked up by Chabot. Almost with the sense that Auger's trying to steer these rebounds ahead to keep the play going. With a 5-1 lead, you don't need more faceoffs in your own zone. Here's Shishka in behind the net. Stripped by Caron. Shishka tries to return the favor. Huskies dangerously in front of their own net are able to clear it out to center. Green loses it. Fortin gives it to Perron. Long shot, and Auger, not only is he... And now the Huskies win that battle, and here's Matthew Boucher giving it ahead for Auger. Jeremy Auger down the left side. Plays it ahead. Shishka's there. And he'll turn it around for St. John. 3,026 the attendance tonight. And they're going to go home happy as the Sea Dogs are en route to the victory. 25 seconds remaining in the third. They lead it 5-1. The fans starting to cheer here. Again, the Sea Dogs coming back after a dreadful performance on Sunday afternoon, losing in a shootout to keep that at least a point in every game at home streak alive. But tonight, full marks for this one. After trailing 1-0 early in the first, they score 5 straight goals, and they beat the Huskies 5-1.